On your life.
Everybody, welcome to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I am your whimsical DM, Victoria, and we're gonna play some D&D. Probably not kick people in parts that we shouldn't, but who knows? Before we get started, we have some announcements. Kristy, roll the clip.
Welcome to the show, and now a word from our sponsors. First off, thanks to Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian-based dice company that supplies all kinds of cool tabletop gear. Check them out on their Twitter at LittleDragonCo1 to stay updated on all their awesome products. Remember, you can use our brand new coupon code BONUS when you head over to littledragoncorp.com and get 15% off your order. Once again, the coupon code is BONUS, BONUS. Also thanks to Cardboard Castle Games. They are a lovely little brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. Remember to go check them out if you're in the area. Stop by and tell them that Proficiency Bonus sent you, and they might just give you 10% off your in-store order. If you're not in Evans, Georgia, don't fret. You can check them out online at their website, cardboardcastlegames.com. Also, big thanks to Sirenscape for the amazing atmospheric sounds and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Sirenscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included when you get started. You don't even need to register. Go to Sirenscape.com to find out more. Additional thanks as well to Adrian Von Ziegler for providing some of the additional music we use here and on Wednesday nights. He's a talented composer with great content usage rules, so go check out his YouTube and Patreon and support him if you can. Don't forget to check out our other games. Our schedule's posted down below the Twitch feed. We stream basically every day here at Provo. We have games for several of the major published 5e modules, as well as some homebrew games, and some of our other games feature systems other than 5e, like Star Wars, Power Rangers, and Alien. Hopefully, we have something up your alley. We now have a community Discord with public channels. Please come check it out and come hang out with us. We are always welcoming new GMs, players, and other friends to our family. All experience levels are welcome, from veteran gamers to total newbies. We encourage people of color, LGBTQI+ nerds, and gamers to join us as well. I think that's everything. Back to you, DM.
Fart.
We're back.
I think that got caught up.
Your camera was on too when you said that. Thank you, Kristy, for the lovely announcements. And now we're gonna kick it over to Ink for a recap before we dive in. Take it away. Yeah.
Takes it, runs away with it. Hi, everybody. So last time on Wild Beyond the Witchlight, we began with a brief memory sequence between Dawn and Dove, where in their childhood it was revealed that Dawn had some magical powers. The ability to magically heal wounds. Allegedly. Though it would seem that those powers have allegedly persisted into the modern day. So it would seem that our very business-forward satyr might have a little bit of magic in him after all. Please. The party re-met with Mr. Light and tried to explain the situation to him about this saboteur in the Witchlight Carnival, a Kenku by the name of, what is it? It's Kettlestein. Who has been causing all sorts of problems around the carnival tonight, and essentially struck a deal, we'll say, with Mr. Light to catch this Kenku, and bring them back to Mr. Light so that the party could then have a conversation with both him and Mr. Witch. The party then set out and tried to find where Kettlestein had gone next, finding her heckling one of the performers. The party was able to capture her and kind of hopefully put a stop to what she's been trying to do, which we found was she's causing all of this disruption because she is attempting to get the attention of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light due to the fact that something is not right with this carnival. We had started to believe so, and this sort of was just confirming things, but to do so, Kettlesteam was obviously going to need a voice to voice her opinions to them. The party settled that they would bring Kettlesteam towards Mr. Witch and Mr. Light to talk about all of the things that have been going on. But first, we needed to check in with Don's family here at the carnival, as he had made a promise to them that they would meet up after the Big Top event. While getting to meet the rest of Don's family and entertaining themselves with these jovial satyrs, another member of the party had an encounter of a family member of their own. A little bit more aggressive, I would say, as they have been just pushed into a puddle of mud with no jokes, hems, haws, or warning about it. And that was right where we left off, at the reveal of yet another family member that has found themselves here at the carnival.
Thank you for that. Kristy and Ink, you may have a D6 bardic inspiration for your contributions to the beginning of our stream. So, sorry, I just realized I have some stuff in my dice tray, and I'm like, I should probably move that.
I just pinched my finger with my mimic dice.
I have that exact thing.
It just bit me.
Oh no. You will become one soon. So, we kind of come back into it right after Clover. You have been shoved into a puddle of like mud and dirt and some custard. And as you like kind of look behind you to see where this force came from, you see your cousin who's looming over you, and she has just said, Clover, what a pushover. What are you doing at this carnival?
What's her name again?
Hold on, let me pull it up. That's a really good question. Misty.
Oh, god damn it.
Misty Brightheart.
Ooh.
Hi, Misty. I'm gonna stand up.
Okay.
Misty like takes a step back from you, and she is a halfling. She has long, like mousy brown hair and like a very pinched face that is like perpetually in a scowl, much like her mother Magdalene, your auntie. And she has like a couple friends who are with her, some other halflings, and they're like laughing at you and pointing at you, and she takes a step back and like looks at the mud on you and looks at her friends and is like, I told you, she's disgusting.
Oh. Oh.
Why did you even think you should come here, Clover?
Oh, I have some business to take care of.
What, like running more errands because you're poor?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to take another job.
Ew. Guys, can you imagine, like, having to work? Disgusting. Why don't you just, like, go back to your little tent? I mean, none of us, like, want you here, and, like, you know, like, you're just standing here? Like, what are you even doing? How did you even afford a ticket? You probably had to, like, sneak in or steal one, didn't you?
No. I have wings.
Yeah, and it's weird. Why do you even look like that?
Are you
You know,
okay?
you probably should have... I'm fine. It's just, like, really annoying that I have to see you here when I'm trying to hang out with all of my friends, because, like, this, she gestures at you, really, like, kills the vibe.
Well, you don't have to stay around. I'm not forcing you to stay here.
I'm trying to get a snack, and you're here, so maybe you should leave.
Yeah. I'll go hang out with my friends then. You have fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get lost like your mom did.
Oh, can I?
Oh my god!
Okay,
I
wait,
passive
stop.
perception. Can I hear her? I really want to, like, oh.
I'm gonna, when I hear her say that, I think she takes all of the shit. You will see, like, she's not flinching, like, all of this. Like, she's like, yeah. And then she brings up her mom. I pull out the Vicious Mockery book.
Oh, yeah, the dirty joke book?
The dirty joke book. I'd like to use one of those, please. I don't know what's in the book, but I would like to use one on her.
Okay. Let me pull up a dirty joke for you. Let's see. Oh man, some of the... Listen.
Are they stream friendly?
No.
God.
These are not,
That's... Now I'm really curious about what's in the...
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to get different ones that are not... Okay, so... Okay, I'm sorry, give me... We'll do,
Let's just...
How about they're, like, kind of like your mom jokes, so that they're, like, slightly more friendly,
okay.
for stream.
Yeah.
So these are, like, like that, except they're, like, you're so ugly, instead of, like, your mom. So you could say to her, if laughter is the best medicine, your face must be curing the world.
Oh, that one! That one! So, yeah, she'll, like, subtly, like, pull out the book, because, like, Clover would never pull this out of her head. She needs the book. You know, because if laughter's the best medicine, your face could cure the world.
She was, like, turning to, like, go and, like, laugh with her friends as you were turning, and you say that, and she looks back at you and her
She
friends
needs a
are like,
wisdom
"Oh."
save.
Oh yeah, you're right, this is actual Vicious Mockery. That's a natural 2, so 2.
Okay. Watch me kill her. Where's my D4? Oh, she's lucky. 1.
Okay, yeah, so you say this to her, and she, like, looks at you, and, like, her friends start laughing at her. And she just is, like, her jaw drops, and she stares at you, and, like...
Have a good day!
Yeah.
I walk away!
She just, like, starts crying, and, like, runs off, like, to go collect herself.
I'm gonna get payback for that later, but it was worth it.
Oh no.
I just skip back to my friends, like, completely unbothered.
Yeah, so back over where everybody else is, dancing right now. So, Calliope, one of Dawn's elder sisters who's a poet, is doing, like, very interpretive, like, flowy dance with Ego. And then I believe, Dawn, you're dancing with Thalia, or or was it were you still talking to your mother?
I mean, I don't...
I think
Probably
Thalia was like, had grabbed you and was dancing with you. And, Dove was basically, like, challenged to a dance battle by Thalia's twin sister, who, her name is Euterpe, and she's, like, a very bratty, like, diva personality. Yeah. So you guys are, like, having, like, a dance battle right now, basically.
Dancing so hard.
Yeah, so, Clover, do you, like, do anything specific after you leave your cousin and head back over?
I feel like she still has a little bit of frown about, like, her bringing up the mom thing, but, like, upon seeing her start to cry, she's like, oh, now I feel guilty I made her cry. So she's kind of, like, frowning, but you're not sure if she's, like, mad at herself or at her, like, at her cousin. So she's kind of like, who's dancing?
Everybody's dancing. There are like a dozen satyrs of various ages dancing.
I'm gonna
Your
find
friends...
one and skip into it.
Yeah, roll a d8.
D8. 3.
Yeah, so you go over. This is actually kind of funny that this is the sibling that you would go to dance with. You can see that there is another like satyr woman in her 30s. She has like just like long, loose flowing, like reddish brown hair, and she actually has like triplet baby satyrs that are like strapped in like a baby Bjorn, like 2 in the back and like 1 in the front, and then she also has like a little toddler with her that she's dancing with, as well as like an older kid who's like maybe 11 or 12, and she is there dancing with her children. So that's the sister that you kind of see first, so you approach and start dancing with her and her kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she will dance with you as well. And yeah, everybody like has a good time, and you know, you kind of like all of your cares and worries for this little while just sort of like melt away as you feel yourselves just kind of like getting lost in dance and the music. Several of the sisters are playing musical instruments. At one point, a yarding is shoved into the hands of Dawn. Whether or not he will play it is another story, but they are begging him to play, particularly his father Zeus, who is very skilled on the mandolin, wants to play with Dawn.
Please. I give you puppy eyes or kitty eyes.
Oh no!
I give you kitty eyes. Kitten eyes.
No, I haven't played one of these in years.
Please. I'd love to hear it.
You know, Dawn, you're the sister that Clover was dancing with comes up with her babies and says, Dawn, most of your nieces and nephews haven't even heard you play the yarding yet. Do you want them to grow up without that music in their life?
Why is this family so adept at gaslighting? I don't...
Dawn, honey, come on, you know, why
Here
don't
we
you
go.
play music for us anymore? You're just so good
There
at
we
it.
go.
You know, it makes us really sad that you don't want to participate in the family concerts. You don't do the say to step dancing anymore, you know, and it's just like, I mean, not to bring this back up, but you know, a lot of people want their partner to be able to dance well, you know, they want to be wooed, they want to be wined and dined, and that's just really important.
Okay. I'll play the damn instrument. God.
Moms for the win.
Yeah, so your sister, Erato, the one who has the babies, she sets down her baby Bjorn and like gets all of the babies out and is like holding all 3 of them like in her hands, and like has her toddler dancing there with her, and everybody like kind of goes quiet briefly and gathers around you. If you're going to play the yarding, roll a performance check. Is anybody else doing anything, or are you just spectating?
I think I want to watch this. Yeah, I don't think I want to. No, I don't want to taint it. I want to watch.
I'll play this instrument so damn good, you guys will never ask me to play it again.
I don't know if that's how it's gonna work.
That's what I thought it was gonna be. Hold on, I forgot to bring up my character sheet. I need to go get it. Where are you? There you are. 23.
Damn.
Yeah, so what kind of song do you play?
Something...
Tell us about this performance, because it's pretty good.
I'm gonna be honest, like, I feel like he has set up this expectation for how he does things, so you expect something that is like a lot more like classical, or like something you would hear like played in like an orchestral performance or something like that. But he plays it really fast and aggressive. Like, there is something in there that he is trying to get out. Like, there is a message, you do not know what it is, but it is a very angry one.
That's so funny.
I love it.
Economy. Hell yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, everyone is like completely enraptured by it in this crowd. And when you finish, like, everybody immediately just starts clapping and cheering, and especially like your family and the other satyrs that are around, like they crowd around you and they just start like gushing their praises. Your mother like takes out a little handkerchief and like leans against your father, and she just like is tearing up a little bit. She's like, oh my god, my baby. I just wish that he would do this more often. Oh my god.
Thing to do, mother. It's not that special. It's just strumming strings. Anybody can do it.
It is special, and not everybody can do it.
She's
Oh,
just really-
Susie!
Oh, I'm gonna give his
Why
mom a
doesn't he
hug.
play anymore?
I gotta
Oh,
give
honey,
his
come
mom a
here,
hug.
come here,
Oh.
honey. Oh my god.
You're just
You
so
don't
little.
know her like that.
It's okay. You know what? You know what? A friend is strangers are just friends you haven't made yet. Oh, come here, honey. What's your name?
Clover.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Clover. Are you friends with Donnie? Are you dating my son?
No, I'm not.
Do you want to?
I don't know yet.
Well, I mean, you know, like
I
it's
haven't really. Oh, okay.
you know, I mean, if you want to give me your information, I could set you up with him. Or, you know, so I am a matchmaker.
Hi.
I'm pretty good at it.
Listen,
And
hi. No. We're not. No.
Donnie, do not interrupt your mother. I do matchmaking, and it's primarily for satyrs, but, you know, like, I do offer my services to everybody who needs to find love. You know, whatever you're interested in, and all of you lovely little faces, she points to Dove and Ika. You know, if you ever feel like you need a little bit of love in your life, I can help set you up with somebody.
You know, I really just realized me and these three have other business that we really should be attending to.
We have time.
No, we don't.
We really do.
We really don't, actually. The night is not young, and we need to... You know what? Fuck it. Let's go. We're leaving.
You know what, honey? I won't set you up with him because you deserve better. And he is in such a mood right now.
Exactly.
If you ever feel like you need to smack him into shape, you do it, and you tell him that it's from mommy.
If you smack me, I swear to God.
It's like an angel and a devil on each side of her shoulder, and she's like,
If Don is urging the party to leave, I just want to know, out of all of his siblings, does he have a incredibly goth sibling among them?
Okay, so let's see. I have to double check.
Are they like all
Okay.
color and sparkles and pep, or is there one
Sort
that's
of.
like emo?
Well, okay, so there are several that are like
Or specifically goth?
very peppy. There isn't one that is goth, but there is one sister who has been kind of just like doing like a really like chill dance, and you've actually been seeing her like take some sort of like roll of paper, and she's been lighting it and smoking it, and her pupils are like very dilated, and she's like very like
chill.
earthy kind of
Chill.
dress, and is like very, very crunchy hippie vibes. So that's the closest that there is to a goth sister.
That's perfect.
There's also one who's extremely drunk, and she seems like she's on the verge of crying like a lot.
No, I walk right past the one that's on the verge of crying just because we're about to leave, and I just want the one that's totally vibing to know. Probably won't even remember I say anything to them, but I'll just be like, hey,
Hey,
I like the vibe.
I like your vibe. She reaches into her pocket and will hold something out to you.
What is it?
It's a dick statue, like a little pottery dick.
Oh yeah, she's the one that does erotic pottery.
Yeah.
Erotery.
Wow.
Wow.
I owe you.
It's all good.
I can't, like, I'm wearing, like, a mesh shirt, so I guess I'll just, like, I'll put that in my component pouch.
As
Yeah,
one does.
you can. She's just like
My little fanny pack.
she'll hold out this like joint to you.
Yeah, I'll smoke it.
Okay, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Dope. I think
was
I have good
really-
constitution, right? I have good constitution. Constitution saving throw. Yeah, 19.
Okay, yeah. You definitely, like, feel mellowed out in the next couple of minutes, but the hallucinogenic properties of this dream fever hemp do not take hold of you.
That's probably what's in my pipe all the time anyway.
Yeah, so she'll let you, and then
Yeah, so, yeah, I do like a long pull on it, and then I'm like, you know, I do the just straight down out of my nose, and I go, nice. I pass it back to her. Puff,
she
puff,
takes
pass.
it. She takes it, blows a smoke ring towards you, and continues like just dancing.
Probably about then is where Dawn would be grabbing me by the back of my neck if I had to guess. So I'll leave it there.
Really quick, I need Dove to roll me a performance check.
I was gonna say, I want to beat this uppity sibling. See. Oh, that one! No!
She, oh no. She also didn't roll super well, but she did not nat one. So during this dance battle, I would say like the two of you, like, I don't know, maybe I feel like there's just like some kind of like very like tense energy that's passing between the two of you that like both of you are kind of messing up. But at one point, like you're doing, she's helping to show you this like elaborate satyr step dance along the way, but like is not giving you much time to like practice. And she's like, okay, like this is the next move, and shows you, and then it's like, okay, now you need to do this.
Wait, go to like the second one again. What was the second thing?
Oh my god, okay, you need to step, kick, pot of beret, ball change. And it's just like showing you this dance, and like at one point like you're tripping over yourself.
Going too fast, lady, you're going too fast!
Yeah, well, you know what? A star needs to be able to move fast, okay?
Oh god! And I'm like I'm super wanting to do good, but yeah, no, absolutely beef it.
Whatever, I'll just dance with Thalia. She might not be as cool and as popular as me, but at least she knows to dance. Come back to me when you're ready. Bye. And she goes back over. She goes back over to Thalia, who they look exactly the same, except that Euterpe has she has her hair in like very tight ringlet curls, and Thalia has hers like in like big loose braids right now. And then they begin doing this dance, and like step for step are matching each other. It's almost like watching someone dance into a mirror.
I'm gonna go over to rejoin Dawn and everyone and be like, I'm just gonna look at him and be like, I think your sister would have bullied me when we were younger.
Yeah. I mean, she bullies some of my older sisters, so she's not the nicest.
She's probably gonna succeed though. I feel like that in the business world. She'll probably do great.
Hey Clover,
Hope.
did you prestidigitate yourself clean? Okay, guys, you notice now that all of this hubbub has ended. Clover is very dirty. Like, she has custard and mud all over her outfit.
I don't have prestidigitation, so she has no way. Like, she probably dusted off some of the mud, but
it's like wiped off, but it's like, you know, when fabric has like dirt seep
stains
into it, like the brown spots.
I like what you did to your outfit.
What the hell happened, dude?
Oh, I just fell.
I have a passive inside of 16. Can I tell if she's lying?
I think Clover needs to roll a deception check for that one.
She's not very good at deception.
I have a passive insight.
I don't think anyone really buys it.
10. I have
10?
a passive insight.
You said
Wait,
10?
No, wait, 16.
Oh, okay.
10 was my 10 plus 6.
Can I roll officially,
Yeah, you can roll.
or do you want to keep it passive? Up to DM.
I think like, I feel like she's that answer was like very quick. I think like you know what, yeah, roll. Let's just roll. Let's just see
Yeah,
what happens.
because she also is clumsy.
And she is very clumsy. You know she falls a lot and
20.
trips.
Dirty 20.
What are Clover's like tells? that she's lying? Because that's kind of how, with the insight checks, like, I'm trying to make it more like you notice a certain body language change, as opposed to, like, you don't just know what happened.
It definitely feels like she's, like, being dismissive of it. Like, it's like, oh, it's no big deal, but it was probably a big deal, like, a few minutes ago, but she's like, she's, like, trying to, like, front, like, oh, I'm fine. Like, it's no big deal. Like,
she's, like, she's unnaturally, like, quick about dismissing that in a way that, like, Clover tends to over-explain things sometimes, and is like, you've noticed over-apologetic at times, so for her to just be like, oh, I just fell, and, like, play it off, like, you're like, something's not right about that.
I'm gonna, like, walk over and, make sure I have it, but, yeah, I'm just gonna walk over and prestidigitate the clothes clean.
Oh, thanks.
And be like, are you sure, dude?
I'm okay.
But you didn't fall, did you?
Well, I did fall.
Did someone push you?
Was it one of my sisters? I can,
Oh, your sisters are great. It wasn't one of your sisters. I mean, someone bumped into me and hit me a little harder than I expected.
Well, who was it? Because they need to be looking out where the fuck they're walking. It's not, excuse me.
Well,
you got, like, people here, great outfits. They're not trying to get them dirty. Where's the fucker?
I made her
Did
cry
you say
and she
sorry?
ran away. No, she never apologizes.
That sounds like you know them.
She's my cousin.
But
I made her cry. It's fine. I think it's even. I made her cry.
Good.
Yeah.
The hell?
I don't think it's good, but she said something really mean about my mom, so I kind of got angry.
Well, fuck your cousin.
Why?
Why what?
Why would she, first of all, come out of nowhere and knock you to the ground? I don't know if that was an accident or on purpose, but why would she say something mean about your mom? Your family, aren't you?
Yeah, but they didn't really like my mom. My mom made choices that the family didn't like, so they kind of, like, judged her, and because I'm her daughter, they think I'm a lot like her. So they probably don't like me because I remind them of her. Probably, but, like, she also didn't really know my mom that well. I think she's probably just acting out because that's how her parents act, so I can't really blame her. It's not really her fault.
Yes, it is.
She's an adult? She's an adult, right?
I guess so.
It's her fault.
Absolutely her fault. Thank you, Dawn.
Whether or not she grew up in an environment that taught her something doesn't mean she doesn't have the ability to change. And also, you didn't do anything wrong. And also, your family. I would never say something about my aunt, even if she is an alcoholic.
I'm sorry that happened, dude. I'm gonna, like, pat Clover on the head, even though we're the same height.
Yeah. Okay, I'm used to it. That's really normal. Like, that was actually probably pretty tame for her, but I think she was, like, trying to act up because she had friends around. So I think she wanted to look cool. It's fine.
That just really... Ooh.
Well, I made her look uncool because she cried, and now I feel bad about it. So I don't
feel bad about it.
I don't want her to be alone.
I think she'll be okay.
Yeah.
I think she's done more damage to you than you've done to her.
Well, I don't think we should do any damage to each other. I don't think... Mom would get mad at me if she knew what I did. Oh. Why did I do that?
No, Clover, it's okay. Your mom would be happy to know you're
Here, do you want this
defending her.
book? I think it's like a bad influence on me. I hand you the book of dirty jokes. It tempted me. Can you please take it? It tempted me.
Me?
Yeah, you or somebody. I'm like handing it between the three of you. Someone take it. Okay.
Yeah, I give it to Ego.
Okay, now we're all safe. Where are we
Am I
going?
still hitting you? With the book?
You want to hit me with the
No.
book?
Did I miss here?
No.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, no hitting
Okay.
with any books, Ego. No hitting. Yeah,
Okay.
just keep that for yourself.
Then I'm ready.
Okay. Where are we going?
I mean, we have 2 stops to make, I guess. We can go return the mime's voice.
Oh. That's probably a good idea.
And also
Yeah,
we
real
need
quick.
to bring the bird to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Kettle Steam, like, basically was just sitting on, like, a picnic bench this entire time. Just, like,
Watching everything.
yeah.
Sometimes you gotta go dance with some satyrs for like 20 minutes.
Okay, let's go find that mime.
As you guys leave, like, Don's entire family, like, they all come up and hug him individually
Aww.
and kiss him. His mom is crying. She says, like, bye, and is like, come back for dinner later, you know, like, come by this week, we'll see you.
Why are you crying?
Because I miss you, and, you know, you're just getting older, and you don't have any babies. I want my grandchildren. It's just kind of sad, but, you know, it's great to see you, and I'm glad that you played yachting for us.
I love how she
Oh.
slipped it in even in the I miss you
did.
leaving.
She slipped it in there.
She really did.
Love
Just
it.
like,
Yeah, and your father gives you, like, the you know, the man hugger. They, like, hit each other's backs really hard.
Really hard.
Yeah,
Yep.
but that you get all of your hugs from, like, a dozen different people.
Hey. Alright, I'll see you guys later. I'm sure nothing will happen.
There's a cacophony of farewells and goodbyes that trails behind you as you depart the feasting gardens. So,
He should probably still be in front of the House of Illusions, I
Oh, shit,
believe.
roll 20.
Right.
yes. Okay.
Just run by there.
Beep beep beep. Hall of Illusions. I'll get you there.
Oh, okay.
And
Where were we? We were at the.
you're at the feast. You're basically going to
we
the
were at.
opposite end of the.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
we
you
were
were
up
over
north.
here.
Okay.
At the feasting orchards.
Yeah.
And now you're
Down here.
over here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Sorry, I'm pulling something up. Bing bong. Oh my god.
Bing bong. Ding
Bing
dong.
bong.
Little littly.
Italy.
Little littly.
Sorry. Uno momento.
Leedle.
Okay, can
Needle,
someone
Chocolate
just
mate.
really... Oh. Can someone really quick just roll me a d12?
Do it.
6. No, 9.
Okay. Yep. So as you're walking, you see various people. You do see, like, off on the side, there's, like, a very long queue of children. And as you walk past the queue, you do see that they are all in line to ride a baby albino owl bear through, like, a little obstacle
Whoa.
course.
That's really cute.
Oh my god. Is it just one albino bear?
Yeah, it's, like, pure white owl bear with red eyes.
Oh.
It's a little guy, and he's kind of just, like, weaving through this little obstacle course with little kids on his back.
Oh.
You just see that as you're walking by.
Is the owlbear baby calm and relaxed? Is it enjoying itself? Is it like its job?
Roll an insight check.
Animal rights activist.
I'll kill him.
24.
What was that?
24.
Yeah, so the owlbear looks like he's having a great time.
Aw.
You know that this owlbear is awakened. His name is
Oh.
Steve.
Aw.
Yeah.
He's
So
a
his-
baby.
Steve's mother was killed by poachers, and he was actually like found by people at the carnival. You know that like pretty much all of the animals that are at the carnival are there like willingly. Most of them are awakened and they choose to participate. So they don't really like enslave creatures. So like Steve is like having a good. He's a little rowdy though. Like sometimes he likes to like go a little too fast with the kids to see if they'll fall off. Yeah, he's
I mean, it's an obstacle course. They have to hold on, or if they fall, they fail the course.
Yeah, that's on them.
I give Steve a little like,
So
as I walk by him, a little like head nod acknowledgement.
Yeah, as he runs by, he'll make eye contact with you, and you hear he kind of like lets out this like hoot growl. He's like, and continues on his merry way in the obstacle course.
Such a little pimp.
But yeah, so you are able to make your way back to the the Hall of Illusions. Outside of which you once again see the off to the side there is that glass booth that has a young woman in witch's attire with a flowing green cape inside of this like glass cabinet, this little mannequin, and then a little bit closer to the entrance of the Hall of Illusions, you see a mime clown dressed in very muted clothing standing in front of the tent, just blinking and looking around. Nobody seems to be entering or exiting the Hall of Illusions at this time.
Just
we
walks
have
up to him.
we have to give him something, right?
We have
So- The corn husk doll has a thorny vine wrapped around the neck, and you were told that if you unwind that, then it will release his voice.
Yeah, let's go find him. Is he here?
Yeah, he's right there, and you walk-
Candlefoot. Like
Huh?
I'm just cutting out for a second. You guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Audio cut out for a second. I'll be like, look what we found. I'm gonna like dangle the doll.
He shrugs at you.
I'll pull off the thing on the neck.
Yeah, so as you do that, this thorny vine, it sort of crumbles into like cinders and sparkles in your hand until it's nothing but ash, and you watch as a little light in Kettle Steam's throat bobs out, and this like little orb.
Mermaid.
Yeah, Little Mermaid, like this little like orangey pink orb floats out of her beak, and she kind of like croaks in protest at it. But the little orb then bobs over to Candlefoot and flies into his chest, and he takes like a big deep breath. Oh, so that's what that doll was? It's my voice? You found... I don't know how that I know how that happened. You, and he points at Kettle Steam. Don't do that again.
That's really all you have to say. Everybody here is so weird. I would never be that lax about having my voice stolen, but you know what? That might just be me. Never do that again. He kind of just like puffs and puts his hand on his hip.
Sorry, I have to find something.
Never do that again. Oh, you rapscallion.
Thank you all very much for doing that. I didn't really know what I was gonna do without that. If you don't mind, I need to go propose to Palasha again.
Good luck!
Hey, good luck, man!
Thanks. Hopefully she's not too mad at me.
Before you do that, I do want to warn you. Points over at Kettle Steam. Use your voice to heckle. her while she was performing.
I'm sorry, what?
We might have cleared it up a little bit. Oh, we're
Did
not
she
sure.
hear it? Did she hear it? Tell me
Yeah.
she didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Definitely did.
Oh, Plasha. I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
It's not your fault.
Oh no. Well, thank you very much for doing that. Before I go, here you go. And you can see he basically like puts off little fireworks, like he snaps his finger and like little fireworks go off all around you, and you kind of hear like a jolly tune play as he casts prestidigitation at all of you to just give you like a little thanks, and he is going to start running off basically in the direction that you came from, because that is the direction of Silver Song Lake.
Well, I think we did a good deed.
Yeah.
Feel good about that.
I hope they work
Oh,
it
you're
out.
muted, Ink.
I hope she says yes. If she says no after all of that effort, it will be very annoying.
A little sad. Hopefully they'll have a spring wedding. We'll hear the good news. I guess
I
we'll
hope-
figure it. I guess we'll hear within like. Hopefully.
I hope their union, if it transpires, is bountiful.
Oh, can I? Sorry. Okay. Quick not like a retcon, but just like a little added thing, because this is in 2 different places in this module. Also, before he leaves, he says to you, real quick, Dove, just so you know, I did see your performance during the Big Top, and it was great. Got a few pointers for you though on acting, and if you are willing, he will give you an acting lesson. Like a super quick, he gives you a super quick lesson about like acting.
Oh my god. She's like super embarrassed. Just like, oh yeah, like totally. That's like totally fine. Yeah, I'd like that. And like gets over it though and gets like super excited. The lesson.
And then he will run after he spends a couple minutes giving you that, because I realize it's not just, he does little fireworks and shows you an acting lesson as well. Then he leaves and goes and talks to Palasha. But you are in front of the Hall of Illusions, which when you're near, so close to this tent again, the sound of the calliope that was very jolly along your way here, it's just a little bit muted and sounds a little bit more distant, and the entrance, the dark entrance into this tent is at times like a maw.
There's still something going on in there, but are we good to go speak with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light?
Yeah, I'm okay
What's
with
the sorry, what was the feeling again? Just like a maw?
Yeah, like the entrance to this tent is almost like it's a gaping like a maw, like a mouth. No, Graf, no. And it's just like the music is a little bit, sounds further away. Usually the volume of the calliope, no matter where you've been this entire night, is the same, although the tune has gotten much more like jolly over the course of the night. But although it's still jolly, it sounds much more distant when you're standing this close to the entrance of the Hall of Illusions. And it's sort of just like, you can't like see anything that's inside of this tent, even though you know things are in there. Like you've been inside of this tent. It's just like a dark portal almost.
Sneeze.
Gesundheit.
We don't like that place.
What you're feeling. Yeah, let's go see Witch and Light.
Perfect.
Okay. So, let me move you once again. So you can you kind of head back over in the direction of the Big Top, because the staff area is located behind the Big Top. And you know where that is, Dove, because you work here. Okay. got 1 billion tabs open. Locations. Staff area. Yeah, so as you approach, you can see that there is a tangled wall of thorns that surrounds a cluster of wagons that are lit by lanterns. Those caravans are barely visible to you through this thicket. You do see standing outside, though, is a familiar face wearing a little pumpkin hat and a pair of dungarees. It's your friend Burley.
Burley.
Oh, Dove, you're back. Is everything all right?
I'd say so. I'll just point to. Oh my god.
Kettlestein.
Kettlestein. I was like, Kettlestein. And be like, they have some questions and we've got some questions.
Well, Mr. Witchlight will be very happy to see that you have apprehended this troublemaker, and you are not coming back to this carnival ever again, he says to Kettlestein.
It might be a bit more complicated than that, really. But.
Well, how so?
Kettlestein here has some similar situations to yourself and other people here who've lost people, and have some questions.
Okay, well, that just got really complicated. Alright.
We were promised. They said yes. They gotta answer them.
Yep, I'm sure they will honor that. Follow me. And you can see Burley waves his hand in front of this wall of thorns, and after a moment, the tangled vines begin to pull back and reveal an entrance so that you can pass through. And you are inside of this circle of 8 brightly painted wagons. You can see one of them is a glass-enclosed water tank that currently sits empty. The others are very brightly colored with multicolored paints, and the largest one that has the most fancy decorations and is covered in the most flags and glinting pieces of metal is where Burley begins to lead you. So, he leads you into the circle of wagons, and leaning against a particularly ostentatious wagon, you see an aging clown with a painted grin. He puffs on a bubble pipe and glares at you as this bugbear, who he completely ignores the clown, opens the wagon's door and ushers you inside.
Well, that guy clearly isn't having a good day. Me neither.
Dove, you know that's Thaco, and he is the most malicious clown. He is a mean guy, and he's retired.
I get the meta joke there.
Yeah.
It's funny.
He just basically works for Witch and Light. Those are the only people at the carnival that he'll even bother speaking to most of the time.
That's such a...
He's like a profound asshole.
Oh, that's such a good meta joke. Oh my god. Okay.
I don't get it.
Oh my god. I'll tell you later.
So as we are getting ready to begin this conversation with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, let's take a quick break.
I'll tell you now.
Huh?
Because I said I'll tell you later, and then you said a break,
Yeah.
I said so I'll tell you now.
I don't know if Kristy's...
Yeah, I'm here.
Are
I'm
you
here.
there?
Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry.
All good. We're gonna take a quick break. So
Okay.
stay tuned. We'll be back in like 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, BRB fam.
welcome back.
Welcome back to Why Beyond the Witchlight. We're here. We're fed. We're watered. We're ready to kill.
Sure are.
So, our party has just entered the staff area of the Witchlight Carnival and been led by Dove's friend / mentor, Burley, to the wagon of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. So... the door opens to this wagon, and a flamboyant elf, who you have seen before, grins from ear to ear as he welcomes you into the wagon with a theatrical bow. And he says, "Oh, please come in. Oh, it's such a delight to see you all again. As you know, I'm Mr. Light, and this is my associate, Mr. Witch." And he gestures to a stocky elf lounging on a bunk at the back of the wagon. This individual, Mr. Witch, nods to you and doffs his top hat. "So, what have you brought me?"
Questions?
Questions, and I believe something was offered in exchange.
Yeah, we got the suspect in such a case.
Excellent!
Yeah.
Burley, have her removed immediately, and make sure she never is able to return to the carnival, please.
Wait,
and
wait.
Thank you.
Wait.
Please wait.
Why?
She was doing this to get your attention. She has something important to ask you.
Well, plenty of people try to get our attention, but you don't go about doing that by ruining everybody's jolly good time.
I normally would
Apparently-
agree, but it seems like there's a pattern happening, and so I think she's involved too. Like, or at least the person that's missing is involved.
It's a pretty damn important question, similar to our questions, so I think we should probably all be in the same room for it. Makes sense.
I need somebody to roll me a persuasion check.
I can give someone I have decent persuasion, but I can give someone advantage.
I did not speak.
Yeah, I only talked once. I
Okay,
don't
so
think
between me
Burley-
and Dove, where are you at?
I'm at +5. What are you at?
+6.
Okay, I'll give you advantage.
Okay, let's hope I
Backing
don't
you
add
up.
20. Because that, I just...
what a wonder! And you have a D6 as well, Kristy.
I do have a D6. I have my cat paw D6. It's very appropriate.
That's adorable.
Okay, well, it's a good thing I had advantage, because one was a nat 1, and the other is a 14 plus 6, so that's a dirty 20. I think I'm going to use the inspiration for this, because it feels
Go for it.
important to, like, convince him to, like, at least listen to all sides of the argument.
Cool.
3. Right down the middle. So 23 total.
Hold on, Mr. Light has zucchini in his mouth.
Oh, you valid.
Oh, I bet he does.
Oh, no.
Grab. Oh my god.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
It's that kind of night.
So Mr. Light, he gives you, like, you know, the Daenerys, like, face meme where she's like, he, like, gives you that look.
I give him kitten eyes. Like,
Fine, she may listen if her questions are the same as yours. You may ask yours and she can listen if she so desires, but after that, she has to leave and she can't come back. Take it or leave it. That's my offer.
I'm gonna look at Kettle Steam.
My first question is, why does Mr. Witch call you baby girl?
Kettlesteam like crosses her arms and taps her foot, and you kind of hear so she can't really speak under her breath, but like almost as if like she's the Kenku version of like whispering. You hear her making the sound of a tea kettle beginning to whistle. And like the sound of boiling water as she like angrily is like glaring at Mr. Witchlight. But she throws up her arms and
hearing that, can I try to awaken mind with her and try to like telepathically communicate with her for a second?
yes. This is one of those interesting cases where can you tell me what awakened mind does specifically?
You can telepathically speak to any creature you can see within 30 feet of you if it understands at least one language.
Okay, does it say anything about their ability to speak back? Or is that the whole description?
Your alien knowledge gives you the ability to touch the minds of other creatures. You can telepathically speak to any creature you can see within 30 feet of you. You don't have to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic utterances, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language. It doesn't say anything about not being able to or being able to speak back. Which is weird.
Pull it up because this is a very specific thing.
You could argue that communicating would mean two-way, but instead of just you telepathically send a message to, but that is tough.
Yeah, I think she can understand you. I don't think she can speak back.
Damn. Okay, that kind of fuzzles my plan. So I was gonna like try and be like sneaky about it. Be like, is there a specific question that we could target at this man? But if she can't give me specifics outside of what she's already told us,
She could probably write something down.
oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Could you write down
Give her some
your
paper.
questions on a piece of paper, and that way we're the ones asking it, not you?
She will nod and open her beak and makes the sound of like furious scribbling on paper, like and will hold out her hands for writing implement and paper.
Okay.
I bet Dawn has paper.
Yeah, Don, can I borrow a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil?
Or you can write on the back of someone's tax reports.
Cool.
I don't actually care.
I'll hand
That's
that
hilarious.
to Kettle Steam and let probably Dove would take the lead on this because she's got other questions about what's been going on here. And wait, I think Clover's kind of like doing that thing where you're hovering over someone's shoulder as they write. She's like,
I'll take, whenever she's done, I'll take the paper from her.
Okay, so she let's see, what would she write exactly?
because it's also
This is really tricky.
the displacer beef's cub went missing, right?
Uh-huh.
Who else? That sad lady. Her twin.
Early's cousin. Yeah, Shimmer.
Shimmer and
Or
Gleam.
Glimmer?
There's glister and gleam.
Glister and Gleam.
Did Gleam went missing?
Gleam went missing, I think.
So Kettle Steam will take a moment to write on a piece of paper, and we'll pass it over to you, to whoever will take it. Ma'am, it seems like it's Dove.
I'll hand it to Dove.
Yeah, so, it just says, I want to know what's going on with Zybilna and Prismir. Why isn't she talking to me anymore? Is what you see.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good to know. That's right. Okay. And if anyone, this is out of character, if anyone has D questions as well.
Yeah, as
So-
he answers, I'm waiting to see how he responds to our initial questions about these missing people, but Clover's kind of staying back and like trying to like watch.
I know that Ego had specifically 3 questions owed, truthfully, with no tricks, deception, or vagueness. So maybe the best question, like the most like,
important ones go to
ones
Ego.
Go to Ego. Maybe I'll
that's
ask.
A good call.
Or should maybe I'll be a little selfish. I kind of want to just ask Steve's question and save any others that you guys want to ask for what Ego can ask. What should our questions be? Maybe what the heck? Where were the people going? Disappearing to? Do you have any involvement with it? Do you have any involvement / where are people going? Do you know Babylorna, Zolbina, and last one? Another one. Endolin?
Ego's waiting to see how the questions turn out because Ego feels like the answers to all of those are floating around the same thing, which is the running theory that Ego's working with. I'll give you a little peer into their mind,
please.
even though they're not
Add a
saying
character.
anything. Because Kettle Steam revealed that conversation between them that was overheard.
Right.
They made a deal with what Ego believes is a witch's coven. Witches' covens typically come in threes. What I'm assuming is this is what Ego's like pieced together, and then Ego's going to frame their questions to see if this theory is correct. That those three names are possibly the three witches of the coven, and that they've made a deal with this coven where they will give them people. People will go missing from the carnival. In exchange, somehow they're allowing the carnival to continue operating.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the theory that Ego has built, but is waiting to see how much we can get out of them before using those questions where they're forced to hopefully answer truthfully. So that I can basically be like, because I'm going with they have made a deal with a coven. So my first question that I will be asking them is, what was the deal between you and the witches' coven? And just sort of assume that they did make a deal with a witch's coven.
I have an intelligence of 6, so I feel like I will be very bad at asking these questions. Unless I will probably just ask Kettle Steams and give it over to Ego unless anyone else has anything they want to ask. I trust.
Yeah, I think like the other people that are missing could like tie into Kettle Steam's people that are missing. Like it seems like there's a lot of repetition of missing people. Kind of like it's like the 401 forest, but at the carnival. Like why is all the disappearances here? It's weird.
Yeah, I think that asking, like, we know that Kettle Steam's patron is, like, I'm going off of the same thing. I'm pretty sure that the Witch's Coven did something to, Kettle Steam's patron.
One of them is Kettle Steam's patron, maybe?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Kettle Steam's patron was was involved with the carnival some way, and then these three witches were from this hourglass coven thing or whatever came in and was like, yeah, we're gonna do shit now. By the way, fuck your patron, and usurped her somehow, and that's why she's not like communicating.
Yikes.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So ask Kettlestein's question.
Ask Kettlestein's questions first, I think, and then we'll see how he reacts.
God, they're so intimidating.
I know. I don't even think we're gonna get a read on them. They're probably like super deceptive.
Why does he call you baby girl?
Stop.
That art is so good. Okay, I'll just go ahead and ask exactly word for word what Kettlestein wrote down. Them.
Was that one of your 3 questions, if you recall, Dove? You agreed to be fast-tracked to an animal tamer role. It was your friend who asked for 3 questions. No more, no less.
I mean, this is simply me talking to you, my bosses, so I mean, I would just want to know. That's all. The ego is the one who got the deal with you about the questions. So, this is just employer-boss transparency kind of question. That's all. You know.
Very important business practice.
Well, before we get started on any extra questions that will be given to you out of the kindness and generosity of my own beating heart, let me check and see if you've done good work for this carnival. And he will reach over to his side and he pulls out this long like vein, this of gold and like red gems that has like a shaped like a butterfly at the top. It's almost like a longer than a wand, shorter than a staff. This is kind of hard to describe, so I'm gonna put a picture in. But yeah, it takes out this ornate rod. It's topped with this pair of butterfly wings with a little bit of red glass incorporated into the length of it. And he will take this out and waves his hand around it, and you watch as the top of this vein begins to spin faster and faster and faster, and emits like a faint glow. And he looks at it and gives you a nod and says, well, many thanks for helping to maximize the cheer here at the carnival. You know, it's very important to us that everybody has a very good time, so thank you for that. You know, catching this troublemaker, I'm sure, has helped quite a bit in that. You know, why don't you explain what exactly it is that you yourselves want? You're telling me what this one wants, but what about the rest of you?
I want to know what the fuck's been going on in the carnival.
The carnival's been going on at the carnival. Whatever do you mean?
Oh my god. I want to know why there's been weird shit going on in the carnival. And don't say there's always weird shit going on. I mean the weird shit for the carnival. Like,
well, what sort of weird shit? There's we have all sorts of weird people. There's
People disappearing, creatures disappearing, patrons
Like
disappearing.
nearly a dozen people disappearing.
Gleam.
Insight
Well-
check.
Okay, we'll get to that in a sec. You can go ahead and roll it, but don't give me a second to say some things. Mr. Light will give you this very theatrical frown and say, you know, I offer my deepest condolences for anybody who perhaps has a strange time here at the carnival, but as you know, we are not responsible for the personal choices that others make. There are forces at work on the other side that are entirely beyond our control. And Mr. Witch, who has just been sitting the entire time watching you all with a very appraising glance, will add in, the wheel of time turns ever on. What's lost is lost. What's gone is gone. So, what was your insight check?
Wheel of time, like an hourglass.
21.
Hey, yeah.
Bing bong. That's very good.
Smart for that. Go with some wisdom.
Okay, Mr. Light. Oh! Okay, so Mr. Witch is stone-faced. Very hard to read. You've never seen him make any other expression than neutral, slightly disinterested and bored, and that is not changing now, and you find him very hard to read. Mr. Light, on the other hand, is extremely expressive. And while he is also a performer who very much puts on airs, when you start asking, what exactly are you trying to intuit?
I want to intuit. He just said my condolences, and they're just basically waving their hand it's
as Clover lists off the names, and then he says, my condolences. I'm specifically naming people, they're not just nameless missing people, they're people that are involved
So-
here.
Looking
Yeah,
for
so-
meal and stuff like that.
Yeah, you would see, like, as these names get listed off, there is, like, a moment before he speaks where he, like, narrows his eyes and the facade, like, cracks a little bit. I would say you pick up equal parts, like, almost like, trepidation and, irritation. So, like hesitation to go into this topic, which he then, like, very quickly recovers and, continues on and tries to, like, blow it off.
Interesting.
I think I gotta use one of the they have to answer them questions. Ego normally stays at the back of the group anyway. So I will shuffle forward. I've got my hat kind of tilted up so it's like over my eyes, but I will tilt my head back up to them and I will say how will I word it? Because wording it is very important. You say that you're not responsible for the choices that people make at the carnival, such as these people that have disappeared. But you did not say that you don't know what happened to them. I think you do know. I think that you made a deal. I think that you made a deal to make sure that this carnival can continue running. So I'm just going to ask, what was the nature of that deal that you made?
Okay, there's I had to be careful about how I word this one.
I know, I had to think about how I worded that question.
Oh man.
I'll even go on to if they're a little bit shocked by the question, I will also go on to say, you said yourself that the wheel of time turns ever onward, like an hourglass.
Ooh.
Okay, sorry, give me 1 second. I have like this is
Yeah.
a specific spot
Go.
I have to find, and
This is.
yeah.
Take your time. That's probably a really big bombshell of a.
Yeah, that was
thing
a
that you
really. I
have to-
was not expecting that. Like, there's okay. So there's a specific way that I have to answer this.
Yeah.
And I just need to find it. Because it's not in the screenshots that I took of literally everything else.
He cast disintegrate on Ego.
He stabs you in the chest.
So the truth is, shoots himself. Sorry, it's a little.
No, you're good. But yeah, you're welcome to joke around while I'm, doing this. Oh my god, what the?
It does. It does that edit where it's like boom, dun, 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 and it just keeps showing everyone's different faces.
What the heck?
Anime moment where it exchanges facial expressions for like a full minute.
And every single time it goes back to them, they go, "Hey,
They're having their cut aside internal monologue right now while they're thinking about what to say.
Okay, I'm like literally. I feel like I'm having like I just like shifted realities moment because I was just looking at this. What the? What the fuck?
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, there it is. Okay.
You found it.
So you asked what kind of deal they made.
Yeah, I said, I think that you made a deal to keep this carnival running. What is the nature of that deal that you made? I'm not even asking, did you make a deal? I'm just assuming they did and saying what the deal was for.
Yeah. tell us about the deal.
Well, you are correct that a deal was made, but it was all done completely above board. You see, I will admit we are not this carnival's original owners. Oh,
it's just Suncraft.
Suncraft. Can someone get him back in?
Yeah.
If you do dash, like, play genre jovial, that should be good.
Do we have a specific...
Oh, it's down at the bottom. Here, I got it.
Thank you.
Play track genre. I got it.
So sorry.
No, you're good. Suncraft is very finicky. We are not the original owners of this carnival, but we did take over management of this one through a completely honest deal.
Honest is fine.
Is it?
Listen, this disgruntled troublemaker, are you familiar with her Fae patron?
I'm familiar with.
You are,
No.
so she told you that, Kettleseam told you that her name was Zybilna.
Yeah, like, we're familiar in name.
Yeah. Well, Zybilna is a fae who dwells in a domain known as Prismia. She happens to also be the patron of the Witchlight Carnival, but we haven't spoken to her for some time. There was another carnival that we happened to own a long time ago, and it happened to cross paths with this carnival. And that owner and us, well, we simply couldn't decide who had the better, more wonderful carnival, so we decided to trade. So we could see what the other carnival was like, and once we cross paths again, we will trade carnivals back. There's nothing...
What else are the means of the deal? Because that's not a question, that's just, this is in tandem with that question Ego just asked you. It seems like there's something you're not saying.
Well, I mean, a completely unrelated fact, and I do promise you that it is unrelated as you asked me to be truthful, is that it just so happens that anybody who sneaks into the carnival without a ticket may be robbed of something precious. If it's something stolen, it might find its way back to Prismia.
If it's stolen, it may find its way back to Prismia.
Yes.
Wait, but isn't at least the displaced beast, doesn't she work here?
They traded carnivals.
So
Everyone does work here, yes.
So she needs to buy a ticket, and if she doesn't buy a ticket, she loses her cup?
Oh, no, not at all. It doesn't apply to the workers, but if they choose to run off willy-nilly, I mean, that's their choice. We don't force anybody to stay here. The Salinellian twins, if they chose to leave. Dela should be responsible for her own cub.
Seems this is out of character. Seems like, does anyone else feel like he's like dancing around the question?
They keep specifying they don't force anyone to stay, but that doesn't mean that they don't force someone to leave.
Like something about people leaving and then them going missing because they left?
I feel like it's very possible they could be somehow going to this other carnival, but that's not necessarily entirely... I could use my second question to be like, do you know where these people are going? But that could very easily just be a no. But then that would be truthful.
It's true.
But he says if they're stolen or lost, they end up in the other realm. The other carnival's patron
And
realm.
well, ends up with her.
ends up with her.
So he said, whatever is stolen finds its way to Prismere.
Whatever's
Stolen. So that's the wording that I'm like, if the people are being
Yeah,
taken
if you can't
to
force them to
Prismere-
stay, what if they're being forced to leave? Like, yeah, they're either being kidnapped or, like, blackmailed.
So I could also ask, are these people actually leaving of their own choice, or are they being taken? He might say,
Taken
no.
or forced. Yeah. Like, are they being forced to leave?
Be like,
Could also be being lured, convinced to leave, so they think it's.
That's another good point, yeah.
wish you could. How do you make a question out of? Tell me everything you know about the circumstances of people disappearing. Like, is that a good? Like, could you make that a good question? Is that a question?
I mean, I could say, what is the extent of your knowledge about all of these people disappearing in this carnival then?
Mm-hmm. That's kind of a question.
Could add that.
Yeah, because then it'd be
Okay.
like everything you know about that.
Yeah, I mean, because if it comes back as I don't know, then they definitely are not directly responsible for it.
Right, someone else
In which
is
case, I would probably use my last question to be like, how do we get to Prismira?
doing. Okay.
Yeah.
We'd have to be lost or stolen, I guess.
Yeah.
But
If we stole it?
Yeah.
but
That could also help us know how the missing people got there. That
Right.
last
Yeah.
one.
Right.
well, yes, and we all snuck in without a ticket. We all had things taken from us, so it must have gone through her.
Yeah, but also, like, I don't know. It just feels weird that he's clumping in things that you're punished for not buying a ticket, and like equating
But
that
employees are leaving.
to they're employees. So I'm just like, I don't see, like, it feels very like, look at this thing over here, but this thing.
Yeah. And then there's still the fact that I could ask, what is the hourglass? But Ego is going off of, I believe it is a witch's cup.
Yeah. Go with Eco's gut, because I feel like
so-
he's going on something.
I'm gonna go with the second question being, well, people can choose to leave, that's true. Some people are lost and some people could have been stolen. But not all of them needed to buy a ticket. So, Mr. Witch, Mr. Light, what is the extent of your knowledge that you have about these people that are going missing?
Well, which people specifically?
Do you only know about specific?
I'd be like all of them.
All of them. Any. All.
In general, no, we don't know the specifics of where our employees go if they choose to leave.
In specific.
They're not. Which ones? I ask again. You want me to list off the people that you know that are missing?
There's the cub, there's the twins.
There's there's Durlegrand's Cub Star. There's Glister and Gleam, the Selenelian twins, who you heard left. And then there is Burley's brother Hurley.
I think that we should definitely
then-
ask about Hurley.
I think those are the three people
The three we've
that you
Yeah.
know of.
Yeah, I think Hurley would be good.
because Burley implied that like it was strange that he was gone. Like
Yeah.
he wouldn't leave of his own choice.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware.
Hurley.
I agree.
Hurley. We heard that he was gone.
Hmm. You know. A lot of people have very big dreams, but unfortunately sometimes they don't have the talent to match. And that can cause them to become disgruntled. Hurley was lured by better prospects for achieving his dream of being an entertainer. And so he left.
In other words, someone bribed him.
Is that everything you know?
Is that your third question?
Well, the second question asked for everything that you know.
let me put it this way. I'm telling you everything that I can tell you so that I can answer your third question.
Oh.
Certainly you did ask me to be truthful and avoid being vague, but if I say certain things and I can no longer speak, then your third question cannot be answered, so I'm doing this for you.
What are all the things that you can't tell me?
Well, if I tried to tell you, I would be silenced before I could speak, but I could show you.
I think that's fair enough.
Tell me all the things you can't tell me.
Sorry, I didn't pre-ask about that one, but I thought that was
Oh no, I found more of the milkshake that she
more of the milkshakes on your shoe.
No! I'll be right back.
Okay.
So Mr. Light glances over to Mr. Witch, who takes out a big round golden pocket watch with a golden face. He flips it open. He stabs you with it. No, he looks at it and looks to Mr. Witch and then nods to somebody. He nods to Burley, who's standing outside of the caravan, like kind of across the way. Let's see, how do I want to start this?
Is he gonna hypnotize?
So, let's see. If we are to show you Dove, unfortunately, the terms that we agreed to will have to become null and void. As you know, if anyone is to leave the carnival for more than 48 hours, they forfeit their position. And, well, in order to show you what I'm talking about, you may be gone for quite a long time. And as for the other two of you, I believe it was, Mr. Witch, could you give the little pink and purple one 10 gold, and for the big burly one,
Burly?
what was it again? Was it another? Yeah, dude, Don is freaking beefy.
Don, I remember secured 80 gold for the party because I didn't.
Yeah, so he'll look at you and say, you also wanted 10 gold, right?
No.
Are you sure? I could have sworn that we agreed that it was 10 gold for you and 10 gold for your friend.
Are you seriously trying to, like, stab me right now?
I thought it would work. 80 gold for him. And,
Dove, your job.
Well, you made me a promise that I'd be on the track for that training position. We didn't say when I'd start it, so I'd like to start it after my leave.
I suppose you could resume training and reapply for the carnival whenever you decide to return, but obviously we can't train you now if you're going to be leaving. If it's something that you're interested in doing down the line, then we can certainly revisit that. Oh, how unfortunate that you're leaving so soon. What did you just say?
I think she goes quiet for a minute and is like thinking.
Hold on, he's gonna, let me see something on him.
There's a place that you still need to go back to.
Oh,
What was that?
I would
There's
also
a place
lose my
that
job.
you still need to go back to.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how she would logic this in her head, because she doesn't have any inclination. I think she's too invested in Burley to not, and Durla to not figure out where their missing loved ones are. I think she'll be like, you made a promise that you would train me in this, so I don't think I need to apply. It sounds like you promised it to me, so it must happen.
Well, alright, if you're going to twist my arm like this, I suppose whenever you're back, we will start training you to be an animal tamer. But as you may know, the holding pens are very smelly, and we can't fix that for you. You have to deal with it.
That's like half of the best part.
What?
Thank you. It's a natural. You just are with the animals, you know. You gotta take them for everything they are.
Don's like,
Beautiful.
nah.
No.
Now, just to check, are you sure you want to do this now, or would you rather... There's a few hours left in the carnival. We can perhaps crown our Witchlight monarch. You can partake of a little bit more fun and frivolity, say goodbye to your family, Dove. Oh, we're going to miss you so much. And then show you the way.
I'm okay with taking time to tie up loose ends.
That's very uncomfortable.
This sounds really fishy.
I mean,
Promise is a promise. And in order to answer that question, I cannot do it with words. I must show you.
I'm okay with that.
But it's a matter of when you would like to be shown. I am at your service.
Look at everyone else. That's pretty uncomfortable right now, I think.
It's whatever everybody else wants to do. I already said hi to my family. Can't take more than, like, what? 10 minutes? No, he's like, why did he say that we're gonna be gone for a while? He's like, he's kind of like, what am I about to... If I think about it...
we're about to go on an adventure.
Yeah.
Can I
he's
go
like,
grab my
if I
stuff?
think about it too hard.
You certainly can. We will be here outside of the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch. Should be happening in... what time is it, Witch? And Mr. Witch will pull out his timepiece again and says, 1 hour, 13 minutes. Whenever you decide you want to leave, we will be here. Other than in 1 hour and 13 minutes, we do have to crown the Witchlight.
I guess they're... Yeah, you go. Sorry.
It's just an hour. I want to go. But it's just an hour.
Guess we can wait 1 more hour.
You owe a monkey many bananas.
Dove, you didn't make a bargain with the monkey, did you?
It was mutual. This is a
Are
mutual
you-
agreement.
Dove, are you going to honor that agreement?
Yes, absolutely. I already gave him 3. I told him I'd give him 5 more. So just go find 5 more. It's easy.
You better, you know, Dove, if you ever need an example of someone upholding a bargain, you just think of me and what I did for you all today. And you go out there and you honor that bargain to that little monkey.
That was really uncomfortable. Increasingly uncomfortable.
And why does Mr. Witch call you baby girl?
Stop.
See me?
I could spend some time with my book if it's gonna be about an hour. My legs hurt from walking, and my heart hurts from helping too many people.
Wow.
So
Okay.
If there's anything I can agree with, it's that.
I sit on the floor. I sit on the ground right outside their little wagon there.
So Kettle Steam is like staring at the two of them very angrily. And if you all go outside of it, like she lingers for a moment until they start to like shoo her out. And she starts using her mimicry trait to repeat the conversation that she repeated to all of you. Of Witch and Light speaking, of Witch saying, "Someone is going to find out about this. They'll shut us down." And Witch replying, "We agreed to this pact. Our hands were forced, but our eyes were open. We let the Hourglass Coven take what it wants, and in return we stay in business. That is what you want, right? And she begins, like, saying that over and over again, and is, like, basically trying to, like, stand her ground in the wagon while they're trying to, like, shoo her out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for her.
It does feel like they didn't really answer the pact question even full. I guess they said we'll have to show you.
Well, because if they're like sworn, like they probably lose their voice if they try to speak. Like they probably are like sworn to not say it.
Yeah.
If it's a pact
I'm guessing
of some
the
sort.
pact. Yeah, I'm guessing the pact is more powerful than the deal that I made with them. So it supersedes. They probably can't. They can't speak of it.
But, yeah.
I'm assuming.
And they will begin, like, shooing her out, and Light will beckon Burley and Thaco over and say, "Get this troublemaker out of my sight. She is officially banned from this carnival for life." And they will, like, they pretty much, like, pick her up, like, under her arms and begin, like, they... Unless anyone does anything, they will, like, carry her out of the staff area.
I'll be like... Like, Burley, hey, I get orders. I just, just want to make sure that, she's got all her stuff, and I'll walk her out if you want me to. I can do that. We have a relationship, Bill. I don't need to force her. We'll just chat.
He'll glance over at Thaco the clown and, like, gesture his head back to the wagon, and Thaco will drop, her arm and shuffle back over to the wagons, pull out his pipe again, and he's kind of like grumbling under his mouth and is smoking it and says, "You can walk her out with me."
Okay.
Probably better for her that you do that instead of Thaco. Thaco, like, growls at him basically, and Burley's like, "Oh, fuck you."
Fuck you! I like all of a sudden. Just copy Burley. I will walk with them.
Is anyone else going?
Yeah, I'm gonna go because question, DM, is there a coat check for me to pack a bag somewhere, or is my shit set up just outside the carnival?
Oh, like
My tent and everything.
I mean, there would be, like, a little, like, locker, like, coat check area. Like, you basically, like, the lost things booth is, like, you can, like, put things there and leave them. Like, It's not just for things that are lost, it's also things that you just need watched.
Right.
So, you could get them there.
Yeah, I'll get them
Did you leave them there is the question.
My thought is she either parked, like, literally outside the carnival, like, in preparation for it, or if there was a way for her to, like, coat check it and have, like, a little number to, like, pull it in. But if not, she can just leave it outside.
Yeah, you can have a coat. You can have, like, you basically, like, would have handed it over to Dirla, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go
so
get
you can come with them.
Yeah.
The Lost Things booth is, like, right near the entrance.
Cool.
So Burley will more gently escort Cattle Steam out of the staff area around the big top, past the Calliope, and out to the ticket booth. And Dove, like, he'll look over at you as you're walking and say, "Thaco's such an asshole. I can't stand him, and I have to work with him all day."
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. Burley, I was like, I've never talked to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light more than, like, 30 seconds before, but
Mm-hmm.
did it ever, like, make you really uncomfortable?
I mean, at first, Mr. Light's demeanor was a bit off-putting, I suppose, but I kind of just assumed that... At first I thought it was an act, but I think it's more a part of him now. But there's something... It's almost like you can sense there's a mean streak underneath that smiling veneer.
Yeah. It was, like, malintent. And I'm not super smart, but, like, I think I'm okay at reading people. And, yeah. Just didn't like it. And I'm kind of shocked. a little disappointed. It feels like you meet your heroes moment. Yeah.
Well, I do admit there is something there, but at the same time, I have no evidence of that beyond my own gut feeling, and everything that I've seen in my time working here has showed that, at least in practice, Mr. Light cares deeply for everybody being absolutely delighted with every day that they spend here. And, I mean, Mr. Witch, he's a very careful man, very shrewd business person. Everything he does is in the spirit of keeping the carnival afloat. I've never seen anything that has made me think that my suspicions were correct, but you're not alone in that feeling.
I guess that's good to know. Well, I'm sorry, Fiddlestein, this isn't exactly probably how you wanted anything to go. Yeah, sorry about that.
She makes a dog growling noise at you, and then she follows that up with, like, the sound of, like, sad crowd noises. Like, instead of the laugh track, it's like the aww.
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 Yeah. Aw, that's funny.
Aww.
Yeah, I get that. Understood.
And you'll hear her, she will, like, replay part of the conversation that you heard her, basically, like, when she was in there, she heard Mr. Light say, like, Zybilna, and she'll just, in Mr. Light's voice, repeat, like, over and over again, Zybilna, Prismia.
We'll figure it out.
Haven't heard from her for some time.
We'll look into it. We'll figure it out. I know. I absolutely. Maybe you can give us your address for Bird. For a bird to send you a message. We could check in on it, or maybe you could just hang out outside the carnival. But we'll let you know what we find.
She will scratch behind her head and pulls out a bluish black feather.
Give me your feathers.
Let you know what we find? She mimics you.
I'm gonna guess this is something to do with magic. I'm gonna look at Clover with it.
Magic.
Magic, okay. Probably that. I'll keep it. I'll tuck it behind my ear.
And, she will vacate the premises if there's nothing else you'd like to say to her. Oh, wait, what did you say?
Clover wants.
Don't worry, we'll figure this out.
Figure this out. Mia. Figure this out. And then she, will go. You're able, Clover, to head over to the Lost Things tent and pick up your pack and your tent. Dirla will reach out one of her very long, like, spiky tentacles and pluck your bag from the wagon for you and hand it to you.
Thanks.
It's just like this huge, like, when you see people go backpacking across the country, it's just like a huge pack.
Cute.
Okay,
Go
I'm ready.
Give Durla a kiss on the cheek. And I'm gonna whisper into her ear. And now, what happened to the star? Where?
Yeah, as she saw, like, Clover taking her bag, she was looking over to you as you were approaching and was going to say, "Leaving so soon, darling." But you whisper this to her that you'll help try to find her lost child, and her eyes, like, get like extra big and round. And she gives you this like very pleading face and says, I appreciate that a lot, Dove. You have no idea how much that means. You're doing what I myself have failed to do. Thank you for being brave enough.
Least I can do for you.
She like will lick. She'll like lick you, but like she's so big that like her tongue goes up like your whole body. Like she gives you this big lick, and you're covered in Displacer Beast spit, and your hair is like sticking out. Wait, what did you say?
I'm very chuffed. I have a big smile.
Yeah. So Burley will head back to the staff area. Yeah, for Ego and Dawn, is there anything that the two of you wanted to say or do?
Do you want to sit with me?
Yes. To do. I don't have really anything to say. Other than everything that's happened tonight has gotten increasingly out of control.
Well,
I'm not sure how to feel about it.
You have my apologies, Don. I can tell that this day didn't go as you wanted. It didn't go as you wanted.
Not at all. I was hoping I would just get to like ride on a like, I don't know, a Ferris wheel or something.
We rode on the carousel.
We did ride on the carousel.
And played in teacup bubbles.
We did also play in teacup bubbles.
And you became the champion of poetry contest.
You were the champion first, so I don't think that counts.
You were the champion more.
How is someone the champion more? If you win, you win.
The most recent person to do it is the most champion.
I would say they're the newest champion. But I guess
Well,
I get what you mean.
I mean, we can have a poetry off another day if you want.
You
But
would
also,
win.
yes. But also, you can just enjoy your vacation. Despite what Dove says, I don't smile. Despite what Dove says, or what any of us say, you can actually just continue your life as if none of this happened. You can enjoy your vacation and you can go back home to your taxes and your bank.
You not know what taxes are? You said that really weird.
I don't know what taxes or a bank is. But my point still stands. You didn't seem like you were having a lot of fun. You could just leave and have fun.
That's the problem, though. I actually physically cannot. That is why I'm here. There's no drive. There's no sense of fulfillment or enjoyment from doing something one would quantify as fun. And it's been like that since I came here.
I thought I remembered you differently. Thought maybe you just grew up.
Thought so too. But you start noticing something is off when even your coworkers at one of the worst, most serious jobs a city has to offer can still go out for drinks and smile and laugh. And I just think about how much work I need to do the next day. I'm still thinking about how much work I need to do tomorrow right now.
But you still came here. Because you want to find what you lost.
I thought maybe I was just missing a carnival and that the games and shit would reignite some spark or something. Not really all of any of this. I wasn't expecting any of this, and I have to say it is throwing off my schedule immensely, which is stressing me out.
Well, you heard what they said. People that come in without a ticket. Things that are lost or stolen. We know where they go. And I intend to follow the trail. I think our other friends want to as well. So I would like you to come along.
Well, I can't exactly write a complaint and hope to get my stolen goods back. I don't think that's how it works. So, I guess I am coming. Also, I don't think you guys will do a good job of keeping Clover off her ass. No offense. She needs a big brother, not whatever Dove is, and not... No offense, but I think you would laugh, and your laugh is weird. Ha 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 ha.
Well, then I'm happy to know that the four of us will get to be together for a little bit longer.
And you can understand that it's not personal when I say I do not share the sentiment.
I think the fact that you're going to do it despite that is also perfectly fine. I'm gonna reach into my little baggie. I'm gonna take the obnoxiously large swan feather. And I'm going to reach out as if I'm going to give it to you. I'm gonna tickle your nose with it.
Oh god. Stop it.
I flutter it against my nose and you watch as my face, like, contorts and twists, but I don't. And then I put the feather in your lap. And I open up my book and I just start reading.
Okay. Well, Dove and Clover can make their way back to the staff area where you find... Making your way. Ego is deep in their spell book, and Dawn, did you say you're kind of just, like, sitting there?
Yeah, he's
Just-
sitting with his arms crossed, doing a
He's,
little
like, staring
squat.
into the in-between space.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can meet back up with your friends. Is there any additional conversations that you all want to have? The group of you are together?
Can you remind me of, like, the cryptic messages I got from the carousel?
It's a
Yes.
note.
Is it notes?
Yeah, so...
Oh, did I get 20 gold?
Yeah, you got... I think you asked for... Okay, hold on, the notebook? Oh, okay, yeah, he gave you 20 gold. You weren't here
Cool,
when I was
cool,
dishing
cool.
those out. I thought it was
Thanks.
10, that was my mistake. It's 20, he gives you 20 gold.
Yeah, I asked for double. Thank you.
Yeah, so then your cryptic message that you got is... Let me go to my tracker. For Clover.
I got one for each of them, right? Or each of us, rather.
Everybody got cryptic messages. Yours was, high above in a mountaintop theater, the one you seek has foreseen her own death, which happens in an eclipse. Her name is Endlin Moongrave.
Oh boy.
I walk up to everyone, sensing the, like, maybe shifted mood.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be like, so craziness of the night. I know we all haven't really gotten to talk, and I'll just be blunt. I remember all of you from when we were young. I know we snuck in, all of us. You guys came across the river, and me and Dawn lucked in without really getting a ticket.
Yeah, I kind of
Um,
forgot that we didn't get tickets. Like, I thought we did, and then when I looked, I lost my coin pouch, so even if I did get a ticket, I probably would have lost it anyway.
So, just wondering, we were punished for that,
Yeah,
and something went missing.
yeah.
Do y'all know
Like
what?
it.
Do y'all know what was taken from you?
I think I know.
I'm pretty positive at this point. I kind of thought it wasn't that big of a deal, but I think I realized that it's not my fault, which is kind of a relief because most of the bad things that happened to me isn't my fault, so I can just add that to the list.
I know the feeling.
Yes.
I
I
ask.
know.
That's wild because I have no fucking clue what I lost. So I'm a little shocked. Can I ask if you guys don't mind what you lost? If it's too much,
Well,
that's okay.
mine's pretty simple, but it had really bad ramifications. Like, I used to be a halfling. I didn't look like this when we first met. And halflings generally, like, inherently, it's like a magical part of our beings. Like, it's an old fairy tale that halflings are lucky.
I don't think I'm lucky anymore. I'm not even a halfling anymore. All my luck is gone. And all that's left is bad luck.
Did you just wake up one day and you weren't in your body anymore?
No, it happened longer than that, over a period of time. It happened before I even noticed. I was really sad for a time, and I got lost because I went looking for a witch to help me break the curse, because I thought it was a curse. I didn't know. And so when I got lost, I was already so sad, and I kind of just gave up. So I didn't even look at my reflection and for felt like years. And then when I finally came out of it and found my way back, I looked like this. So I think my luck was slowly draining, because it started small, lots of small things, but then it kind of snowballed, and it got bigger and more worse each time, until all of it was gone. So that's what I'm looking for. I don't even know what luck looks like. I don't remember anymore.
Sorry that happened.
It's okay.
We can find that. I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Ego, what about you? If you don't mind saying. No pressure.
You don't have to give details. Just generalization, like I did.
In the time following coming here with you all, that night was most assuredly the happiest day of my life.
Same.
Yeah.
In one part because I met interesting people and I did fun things, but also because every day after, nothing, a joke, a nice little animal like that. My own successes, none of it really brought me happiness. That day was the last day that I remember smiling. I can't.
Sorry to hear that. I remember really liking your smile.
I have all my teeth now. Well, I will tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you for telling all of us. Sorry that happened to you.
I didn't pay for a ticket.
Seems like a steep price to pay. Pretty unfair.
For a kid,
Especially. Yeah.
I mean, I've always been forgetful, so It was bound to happen.
I hate that.
I mean,
That's
yeah, we're
like-
kids. Like, when you don't really.
Dawn, did you know what you said you do know what was taken from you?
Yeah.
You're comfortable saying?
Well, answer your question with a question. What would you call that thing inside you that allows you to say fuck it and do something just for the hell of it because you know you would enjoy it?
Joy, passion,
I said
chaos.
passion.
She answered.
Oh.
All of your attempts, and they were good attempts, to get me to stop being a buzzkill or a killjoy or a hard ass or a stick in the mud. I could go on. They were never going to work. No offense. It's not possible.
Not yet. But at least we have a lead, right?
In a mirror of like, I feel like Dub doing this as a kid with Dawn. I feel like Dub's gonna grab his hand and like pat it as like a silent sorry.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if something was taken from me. I don't know if I've lost anything. But I swear I'll help you all find it if you would like to find it.
And you say you don't know what you lost.
No.
You don't remember what you lost?
I don't feel like I don't know. It feels like I haven't lost anything, but I don't know. I remember coming that day, and I remember meeting you all, and I remember living with someone for a while, and then wanting to work here because that was the happiest I'd ever been.
What about before that day?
I remember something bad happening.
To your family?
Yeah, I was about to say, what about your family that you were trying to find? Did you find them?
Yeah, you were looking for a specific.
What are you talking about?
Your family? The reason why you came to the carnival in the first place, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I
because
remember that.
I think I remember saying something like that. I haven't.
Who's your mom and dad?
I'm pretty sure they fucking gave me up real quick when I was born. So I don't know. I've abandoned that idea for a while. My family is usually people I meet, like, you know, Urla and Early, people like that. I don't know who they are.
Dove. You can't remember what you lost.
Yeah, but I don't. That would be kind of silly. I don't know. That would be kind of a silly. That wouldn't make sense, right? That wouldn't make sense.
Why?
You were so adamant on it.
Pretty sure, and the last person, I'm pretty sure I remember what you used to refer to yourself as. Seems the word princess has left your vernacular.
She like laughs and is like, yeah, now you're just making fun of me. If this is a joke, I'm... Great job, y'all. This is a great joke. I don't get it.
He's going to point at Dove, and he's going to point at himself. Did I just not tell you what I lost? The only jokes I make are bad ones. That would be a really good joke.
So, everything that there's a common tie here. Everything that we've lost is sad and painful.
Wouldn't I remember something about that, even just a little bit?
Not if you lost your memory on the things that you've already lost. You said they were in trouble?
You
Yeah, I was-
escaped from somewhere, and you were looking for them.
Yeah, I was running. I just don't remember looking for someone. This is... my brain hurts. And I'm gonna like just sit down.
That's okay. We can take things slow.
Yeah, I think I need to...
You need to process.
Yeah.
You don't have to believe us right away, but at least believe that we think we're telling you the truth. Because that's what we remember.
Yeah, I can tell.
It is bad business practice to lie.
Oh, that's true.
Yes. Say what you will about you, Don. I'm pretty honest. I appreciate it.
No reason to tell false truths.
I think she's just gonna sit on that.
Are we gonna
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, are we gonna go see who gets crowned the monarch?
Sure, because they're going to be busy. They can't show us until they're done with that, right?
They can. They did say they could show you anytime you wanted.
We can do
Oh.
it just before, or we can wait to
Yeah.
see who the monarch is and do it after.
Do you want to wait to see what the monarch is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's
kind of want to see
I
who the
kinda wanna-
monarch
I
is. We
kinda
worked really hard.
Gossip. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, we worked hard for that.
We did work hard. We did good.
So-
Woohoo.
Woohoo!
Before we progress into the final, basically, big carnival event of the night, is there anything that anyone else wanted to do or say at the carnival? You could basically, kill, an hour or so here, and then, we can just time skip and head over to the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch, or you can go and, do something, anything that you want to, see, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Should we check out the maw?
The mall?
The maw! The maw! The
Maw?
gaping maw of the illusions. Hall of
Oh,
illusions.
the Hall of Illusions?
That was
I
the
don't
one where
know,
you saw,
man.
that was the one where everyone saw,
Yeah.
We saw sad shit in there.
We
Yeah.
saw weird
Like-
shit.
Don's like the last time we went in there, all of you guys had your little emo moments,
Yeah.
and it was kind of weird.
Minus a few of the games, we've actually hit all of the major.
Yeah, the only things you guys haven't
Things.
really, done that if you want to do, you can. If you want to skip, that's fine. Are the Snail Racing, the Pixie Kingdom, the Mystery Mine, the Tower Topple, the Dragonfly Rides. There's also temporary tattoos and face painting.
Mm.
But you can progress. We can go and do whatever you guys want to do. I just want to make sure.
I'm fine with seeing who gets crowned.
Yeah, I'm okay with going towards the crown because those are, you know, if I ever play this again, I'd like some things of the carnival to remain a mystery.
Okay.
But that's just me.
I'm fine with that.
I can get a short rest in.
Yeah, actually, a short rest does sound nice.
Yeah, you can take a short rest. That will get you right up to the time where everybody's going to be gathering.
Yeah, I think I want to do that.
Yeah, so feel free to process that on your character sheets.
I will heal the 1 HP that I lost. But why not?
Rip.
Yeah.
Okay,
And of course, I roll a 9 on the die, so
nice. Good job.
You just flex and your wound closes.
I wish I could overheal.
That would be kind of cool if you could do that. Alright. So. 1 second. I gotta check something. Gotta look at. Okay. So. Interesting.
I kind of want to look at the pixies, but this is okay.
Interesting. Why is the DM saying interesting?
Because we're about to die.
Yeah, so the Tarask awakens.
No.
Yeah, you all die.
Actually, I don't.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
Stabs the Tarask with my scissors.
Ehim. Okay, sorry, I'm just going. I have to double check this list of things. Okay. We are ready to proceed. So you spend the next hour relaxing in the staff area. You can hear the distant din of a very jubilant, cheerful crowd in the distance. You just hear laughter, and again, that calliope, whose volume has, or whose tune you have heard omnipresent throughout the space. You hear that in the distance, playing this very joyful tune. And as the hour passes, you are able to head back to the big top and take some seats in the stands. As the spectators begin to fill in and take their seats in the big top, Dear Legrand, the Displacer Beast, actually escorts Mr. Witch into this tent. And he enters and stands kind of off to the side of everything. And you can see that Candlefoot is there, and Palash is there actually in like a little portable bowl of water that has been brought in, and you can actually see that she's holding hands with Candlefoot.
Yay!
Oh, thank goodness.
So let me just change the vibe back, because this music is hitting, but not for this specific event. Yeah, go back to the never-ending lute music. So the lights around you dim until there's a single spotlight there on Mr. Light, who, once again, when he's in this like red and silver like mirror ball outfit, is just like resplendent and sparkling before this crowd. And he looks around and holds his arms out and gives this big elaborate bow in all directions to the crowd. And you can hear, he says, "Thank you all so much for attending one of the best Witchlight carnivals that we've had in, well, quite some time. Truly, every single one of you has made this such a joyous and jubilant night. But of course, there is one amongst you who has proven to be a harbinger of joy more so than anyone else. And that is why we have gathered here in the Big Top, for it is time to crown our Witchlight monarch. Drum roll, please." And some of the musicians off to, I was about to say instrumentalists, musicians off to the side begin to play a a little drum beat, and people do what you're doing, like they stamp their feet and stuff. So you can see that Candlefoot is holding, he's holding like some sort of like box or parcel under his one arm and holding Palacia's hand with his other. And Mr. Light once again holds out this golden vein that's covered in like red crystals and is shaped like a butterfly. And you see him once again wave his hand in front of it, and he whispers something that you are at quite a distance, and with the drum roll you can't quite hear. But this vein begins to spin faster and faster until you almost can't see it, and it's just a blur of red and gold. And slowly emerging from it, a thread of golden light begins to weave around the space in the big top. And it slowly makes its way all throughout the crowd, weaving in between all of the people. Now we're going to step out of the in-game briefly to have a conversation about this. So the carnival's mood is very, very positive. And basically, I want to give you all the opportunity to discuss if you all have a candidate amongst yourselves of who you think contributed the most to the carnival's mood, like improving it.
Dawn, obviously.
I was gonna say Dawn.
No.
No, because we all made everyone else happy together, but Dawn is the one that made us happy the most.
Ow.
We literally have spent every session since the beginning having fun, honestly, at your at your expense, but
Hey, you're right.
but you created joy in everyone around you because you were so sad clown energy.
What the fuck?
I'm being honest.
I was gonna say my brain, Dev's brain would equal parts go to Ego and Dawn, but of course Clover as well. But I think she thinks Ego and Dawn did a lot of things almost like, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's where her brain would go.
I think the sad clown energy is a mood. Louis spent all the time, like, I know it's like Dawn and his family, but like Dawn's energy and his interactions with the family is like priceless.
So
But
there
I
is
think-
a
Yeah.
oh, go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
no,
so
that's it.
there is a point system that I've been using to keep track of all of this. So Dawn and Dove are actually tied.
Dawn and Dove.
I could see Dove.
Yes.
I could see Dove. Dove was my second choice.
Dove was kind of like our leader. Dawn saved all of us from the Hall of Illusions.
I could see Dove.
Dove in the
see
animal
Dove.
situation.
I'm very surprised that Dawn and Dove are tied.
I'm not.
That's such a Dawn answer
it
for you. No,
sounds
Dawn
like-
was literally making
It sounds kind of
Dove
like
was
there are
sick.
3 votes amongst you for Dawn, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? This is not a quorum. We're going to do a majority vote. That will give Dawn a +1 point. So this golden thread begins to weave its way through. I know.
And it's so funny because he's not gonna want it, which is even better!
So it weaves its way throughout the crowd, and you can see that it makes this like almost complete loop until it almost reaches the point where it entered the crowd, which happens to be where the 4 of you are sitting. And this golden thread actually weaves its way in between your shoulders until you see this light like basically begins to wrap itself around Dawn, and then Dawn's entire body is like illuminated in sparkling golden light that takes the shape of little illusory butterflies.
What is this?
Dawn.
And everybody around begins like clapping and cheering and like
What is-
putting their hand on Dawn and like patting him on the back.
Why are you touching me?
Oh my god, your family's gonna see. Your mom's gonna see.
No!
this happens, and Candlefoot steps forward up to Mr. Light. Oh no, actually, so he lets go of Palash's hand, and you can see that he opens this box, and Mr. Witch reaches into the box and steps forward into the spotlight with Mr. Light, and Mr. Light kind of steps to the edge of the spotlight in your direction and gestures. You there, good sir. It seems that the carnival has chosen you to be our monarch. Please step down so that we may crown you before all of these wonderful people who are so lucky to be in your jubilant presence. Come now, quickly.
Are you sure?
Screaming.
The Witchlight vein does not lie. Come now.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm quite sure. Please, why don't you step down here so that we may crown you for the monarch that you are?
Oh, Don, go!
Okay. Yeah, sure. Woo. Yay. It will come down.
Yeah, so you begin to make your way down, and then Palasha, in her little portable bowl, begins singing this like very vibrant and lively song. Like kind of like, I think that those like opera songs are called like arias when they're like very like fast and high pitched. I could be wrong.
So.
Yeah, so she begins basically singing like this aria. And as you make your way down, like everybody is like clapping again and like patting you on the back, and you're able to make your way into the ring. Is there anything specific that you're doing?
I'm looking. He's looking sort of out of dread, but he wants to see if his family is there.
Oh.
Yeah, so roll a perception check.
Perception. 15.
Yeah, as you're looking around, you can see that there is a large chunk of this audience that you see the same various shades of like reddish brown hair and like curled horns. So you immediately like catch where your family's at, because it's also the part of the crowd that is screaming the loudest, like by far. Like everyone is cheering, and then you hear like multiple high-pitched voices that are screaming like, "Oh my god, it's Donnie! Yay, Donnie!" And like you can see that your mother is there like clinging onto your father's neck and is like crying, like happy crying, and like and your father's just there like clapping, and they're like super into it. But Mr. Witch, you can see he's holding in his hands this golden crown that is made of butterflies. And he takes it and will place it on your head.
Uh-huh.
And Mr. Light will step forward with his Witchlight vein and taps it on both of your shoulders and says, "I name you tonight's Witchlight Monarch." And then multiple clowns run up and throw glitter on the three of you. Like there's just a shower of glitter that pours over you.
Oh, this is gonna take so long to wash out.
Mr. Witch and Mr. Light then they'll kind of like put a hand on your back and begin to escort you in an entire circuit around the ring, like basically this stage, and everybody is like cheering. People are like throwing you little wildflowers. There's like all these little illusory magic butterflies that are just floating around you because you're still like slightly glowing. And then as the song that Palasha is singing concludes, Mr. Light then gestures for everybody to come down and says, "Come, it is time for the Monarch's Parade." And everybody in the crowd begins to come down, and he will lead everybody on a parade through the entire carnival grounds. And the other guests like follow behind, and you can actually see that Burley like runs out ahead and begins to like shoot off fireworks ahead of the parade. So there's like all these firecrackers going off above all of you. And you see that Mr. Witch is actually escorted by Durla as this parade begins to leave the opposite direction back towards the staff area. So if there's anything anybody wants to do, you can speak your piece, but
now that the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch has been taken care of, I do cut a child's balloon loose with my scissors.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. It was like a
Yeah.
little doggy animal balloon that was like floating on a balloon animal that was floating on a string.
Yeah.
They don't even notice because they're like looking at fireworks. That's gonna be a real heartbreaker later.
Say goodbye to Fido. Everything is nice and even now.
Yeah, so this parade will go
So
through the
bad.
entire like figure 8 loop of the carnival until it makes it back to the center there. And with that, the carnival begins to conclude. Different groups of people get back together and begin to collect their belongings and exit the carnival.
Hey, woo.
And once all of the crowds have kind of left the immediate area, Mr. Witch turns back to you all with this saccharine smile and says, "Well, I suppose it's time for us to conclude our business together, if you wouldn't mind following me."
I wouldn't, because if my family finds me, then I will never be done talking to them. So,
That's very strange.
what is
Not
that
s-
supposed to mean?
I'm not going to say goodbye to your family.
I already said goodbye to them earlier.
I hope it was a good one. Come along.
What is...
What?
Do I get to keep the crown?
Oh, actually, now that you mentioned that, 3, 2, 1, and there's a little pop sound, and the crown actually vanishes from your head. You don't actually get to keep it. We have to use it again the next night, but, nobody needs to know that. You're still a monarch. You're still the monarch of the night. In spirit, even if you don't have the little crown. I could actually ask Thago to make you a balloon crown if you'd like.
No, I really don't want a crown at
Sure.
all.
Oh, well, that's not very befitting of a monarch, but okay.
I'll prestidigitate the glitter off of your clothes and just make it so that it all becomes a ball of condensed glitter in my hand, and I'll just drop it on the ground.
Don will stop walking, turn around, and grab you on both of your shoulders. Thank you so much.
I thought it was gonna kiss me. You're welcome. So,
Follow me. So he will lead you back briefly to the staff area, and you wait outside of it for a few moments until Mr. Witch emerges. And he looks at the group of you, looks at Mr. Witch, and nods. And he doesn't say anything, but he just gestures. And the two carnival owners will begin to lead you away from the staff area. So, they begin to lead you through the carnival, and the volume of people is quickly diminishing as everybody is making their way to the exit. And it gets a little bit, it gets quiet and empty very quickly. And then you realize where they're taking you as you stand before the Hall of Illusions once again, staring into this large black opening of this tent.
That's what
And Mr. Light will look back at you all and say, "Come along quickly now, try not to get lost. I'm not responsible for you if you happen to make a wrong turn." And they will enter. Are you all following?
yeah.
I am on edge, but yeah.
Okay. So, let me, oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Where's the pig girl?
Yeah, and the weird green thing running around the person, making him dizzy.
As Witch and Light move through the Hall of Illusions, there are reflections in the mirrors. First, show them as gloomy, gray-skinned, elven children, Shatter Kai, with your own youthful reflections as you saw them before, following behind. For Ego, you see a crying baby. For Dawn, you see this very energetic, jubilant child. For Dove, you see your younger self outfitted in very regal garb. And for Clover, you see yourself wearing, or you see yourself as a halfling, a little baby and child. Soon, though, they call you to a halt, and as you peer into the mirrors, they now reflect everyone's true age. But once again, Dove sees her, you see yourself at your current age, but wearing very noble garb and armor. For Dawn, you do see your true self as you stand before everybody. Ego, your reflection, is yourself, but is crying. And for Clover, you see your fairy halfling self. Or not a halfling now. Was a halfling, now a fairy self. So, Mr. Witch turns to you all and addresses you in a very hushed tone. Everything you seek and more lies beyond this mirror. And he gestures out, and in the center of this space, you actually see a single mirror standing on its own, separate from the others on the wall. The surface of it is dark. If you mean to step through, then stand in front of the glass and repeat this rhyme. Hither, thither, here and there, wander yonder, show me where. As I said, this is Mr. Light now. I cannot tell you the details. You must see them for yourself.
And this will show us everything?
Yes, it will.
Well, I got a lot of questions I need answered, so I'll look at everyone, and unless anyone has a glint in their eye of hesitance, I will step up to the glass.
Okay, I will put it in notebook. Someone's got to say it.
Yeah, I wrote it down really quickly.
Okay.
I'll walk up to the glass with you. I also have...
I'll
Just give Ego a little nod.
I'm just
I'll
gonna
hold my hand out for Clover.
Yeah, I was gonna hold on to someone's coat, like the back of their jacket, but if you
Oh.
offer your hand, I'll take that too.
Yeah, I know you like holding hands, so...
Yeah.
I'll put my hand up for Dawn.
He looks down at it for a good few seconds, but he rolls his eyes. He'll take it.
And
So
then
as
I'll
you
look...
as you look into this mirror, you just see your normal reflections
Hey.
in the single mirror that's standing in front of you.
Got Clover, you got Dawn, so I'll hold my hand for Dove. Are you gonna trust a witch?
She's kind of nervous, but I think because Ego was vulnerable earlier with her, she'll be vulnerable with him. And grab their hand.
Do we each want to say it part, or is one person gonna say it?
Just say it.
That's kind of fun,
Oh my goodness.
saying each apart. There's kind of 4 sections.
Yeah. Hither, thither,
Here and there.
Wander yonder.
Show me where.
Mist begins to swirl in the mirror and blots out your reflection.
Really ugly.
We step through?
My little fingers out.
You touch it?
Yeah.
Okay, so really quick, what is the order of, the chain here? So Dove is holding Ego's hand.
Yeah.
What is the chain? Because this is a.
It had been you. It technically we had been kind of standing horizontal and we were all holding hands, but the order we walked up was Dove, then me, then Clover, then Dawn.
Okay, so I will take that as the entrance order.
Yeah.
So, Dove, you reach out your little finger and touch the mirror, and instantly you feel this sucking sensation that pulls at your navel, and everything around you swirls in colors that you've never seen before. You feel like you're being torn apart, and yet you also feel this like rush and exhilaration, like this adrenaline rush that you've never had before as this sensation washes over you. Ego, you are, unless you let go, you are pulled through and experience the same thing. And then Clover experiences this too. Dawn, as you are about to be pulled in, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light grab your hand and hold you back briefly.
What?
What?
They hold you back. And Light
No!
says, a little tip for the monarch. And Witch says to you, mind the rule of 3, future, present, past. Find the alicorn and free the dormant queen at last. Tatty bye! And pushes you through.
Fuck you!
And all of you are hurtled through this portal to somewhere new. And with that, we are going to wrap our session of Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Free the... Oh my god.
So, all of you can level up to level 2.
Ah!
Yeah.
We did it!
Wow.
My subclass is here!
Yeah.
Good for
We did
you.
it, guys!
Yay! I will drop the message, because I know that was like a very quick thing. I will put it into... There you go. But yeah, you did it. You've left the carnival, and now you're going to hell.
Oh no!
Thank you all for staying on a little late with me there. I was thinking we could get to this, and I wanted to I was like, let's just do it because
Hell yeah.
it's time.
Perfect.
Yay! Well, thank you to my players for joining me. Thank you to anybody who's watching this either live or after the fact on YouTube. Please check out our sponsors, patrons, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. Please check out our Discord. Subscribe on YouTube. We're really, really close to hitting a major milestone on YouTube, so we would deeply appreciate your subs. Yeah, follow us on Twitter. Come hang out. Does anyone have any other announcements?
I think that's it.
Yay!
Yay.
Okay. So the next time you are being unwillingly crowned as a king of joy and jubilation, and you're trying to avoid your obnoxious family that is crying tears of joy about it, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus.
Hey.
And we will see you. Technically, next week would be back to our schedule, our regular schedule for having a game. So we'll probably be back next week.
Hell yeah.
If that works for everybody. Yeah.
Yep.
We'll be back.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Goodbye.